Here we are, everybody. It's a Thursday. Welcome on into the bullpen. I'm Adam the Bull. He's Dustin Fox, and we got plenty to get to today as we're getting late into the summer. Training camp is right around the corner. It's that time of the year. It's always tough this time of the year because you're excited about football, but you don't want to rush the summer.
100%.
Right?
I
it's hard to find that balance.
Could not agree more. The month of July specifically is the toughest month for me because it's the hottest month or one of the hottest months. It's the really, the dog days of summer, if you will. But just around the corner is football season and training camp.
Yeah.
Like my son, your son's not playing football, is he?
No.
Okay. So my son is.
Yeah.
And they just got their equipment last week.
Yeah.
They're in helmets. They're doing, they're practicing in helmets in 7-on-7, things like that. But I mean, they're just ramping up. I mean, they're going to be in full pads here, like maybe next week.
That's crazy to me that they're already practicing. Like I know Jason Lloyd was telling me that his son AJ, who plays, is I think a sophomore in high school. I can't remember if he's a sophomore or junior. I think he's going to be a sophomore in high school.
Yeah,
has already started practicing, and
that's
crazy.
Like,
which is crazy enough in high school. But your son's still in the final year of middle school,
8th grade.
Yeah, so I mean, man, people take it seriously.
They have a 7-on-7 scrimmage tonight against Akron Ellet. So like they're starting.
Crazy. What positions are you going to play this year?
He is playing center and defensive end.
Center and defensive end?
Yeah.
Oh, not center and defensive tackle. Usually that matches up, but no.
I mean, just that's where it is. I mean, he wants to. I think he wants to be a center because he likes snapping the ball.
Yeah.
It's a lot of shotgun stuff, so
right.
He enjoys that, and he's pretty good at it. But
and that's
I don't know. We'll see.
That's a trait that just a lot of people. That's hard to do. Obviously, being a center.
Yeah. It's
but so if he likes it, that's
I don't know. We'll see, dude. I mean, we have a long time. I mean, he still hasn't really hit. Dude, he hasn't really hit puberty.
Yeah, kids hit at different times.
I mean, he's late. I think. Well, I don't know if it's late, but
I don't know.
He's not 14 yet. He's 13.
Yeah.
But there's other kids that are like his age and his grade.
Yeah.
That are like much bigger.
Yeah, right. But it's not the first kid that gets to puberty. I was like the first kid that got to puberty in my age group.
I remember you telling me.
Right. And I was bigger than everybody, and then everybody shot past me a little later, But so being the first doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be the biggest kid or whatever. Everybody that's why it's weird at this age when they're 13, 14, because you have like a huge variety in sizes of the kids.
I remember.
And then it can change in a hurry.
So when I was in... God, I think he was a year younger than me, I believe.
Yeah.
I think so. So Tyler Everett, you remember that name?
No, I don't know the name.
So he played for McKinley and played for Ohio State with me. He was a year younger than me, I believe. Maybe 2 years younger than me.
Right.
I think it was two years younger. Either way, dude, this guy had a mustache and full-grown muscles.
Yeah.
In 7th grade or 6th grade. I mean, it was crazy because he was 2 years younger than me, and we were running against him in track. And I'm like, this kid's like in middle school.
Yeah.
And I've never seen someone. It also reminds me of, I told you this before, Kevin Jones, the running back.
Yeah, right.
Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
But he's from Pennsylvania. So we played him in the Big 33 game, which was Ohio versus Pennsylvania.
Right.
And, dude, he was a monster.
Yeah.
Absolute monster.
Yeah. It is crazy how that happens. And then, other kids will catch up.
Some people just hit it faster.
Yeah. Last night was the first. I had the first practice for fall baseball for these kids I'm coaching, and I'm coaching 2 different teams. So I'm coaching one team in what we call the Legends division, which is mostly kids going into the 8th grade. And then I'm coaching a team in what we call the All-Star division, and that's mostly kids going into 7th grade. But there's some flexibility depending on how good the kids are. And I have this kid who's only going into 6th grade, who is playing on our All-Star division, which is mostly 7th graders, but he practiced with our 8th graders yesterday too.
So 6th grader
yeah,
practiced with the 8th graders.
Yeah. And these are all good players. Like in fall ball, it's all like it's kids. I got a mix of kids. I have 4 kids from Rocky River, 4 kids from Bay Village, and 4 kids from Lakewood, right? And they're all good ball players. Like it's not like when we're playing rec ball and there's some players who aren't as good, but like obviously there's some variety in how good these kids are, but they're all at least solid, every single kid. And yet this kid who's going into 6th grade stood out. He throws harder than anybody. The kid must be throwing. He might be throwing 70 on the mound, which, for those who don't know, for a kid going into 6th grade to be throwing 70, I didn't have a radar gun, but I've seen enough pitching that I have a feel for it. If it's not 70, it's high 60s. To be throwing that hard at that age, I'm like, wow. That's quite unusual.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyway, we go from kids sports to adult sports. And as usual, we begin with LeBron. It's been the biggest. Usually, there's no big sexy storyline in July. It's usually the deadest month of the sports calendar, outside of at the end where we have baseball trades and just the everyday of baseball. But as you see the thing there, we continue to await LeBron's decision. There were reports yesterday. Who knows how accurate this is? That the comments made by Commissioner Adam Silver about them having to wait for LeBron, that there was maybe a sense of frustration that they had to wait for LeBron to finish the schedule, that ticked him off and maybe he's delaying his decision. I don't know that I buy that. I think who knows what's happening. He seems to be enjoying himself this summer, and like he's just not in a rush. And in the past, he's always been so calculated about his decision, and I just assumed he would be this time. But maybe he's taking more time because this might be his last decision, and maybe for once he's not 100% sure what he wants to do, whether it's, obviously there's the pull of Cleveland and going back home, and he knows he's going to get, showered with more love here than anywhere else. There's also probably the pull of Golden State because he's become very close with Draymond and Steph, and he would like to play with his buddies. And then there may be some pull from some of these other teams that maybe he thinks gives them the best chance to win. So,
I tend to agree with you because we always just want to assume that LeBron is so calculated and that he thinks about like every step, like 10 steps ahead, right?
Right.
And it is possible that maybe, just maybe, he doesn't know.
Yeah.
And he's a little unsure.
Yeah.
And, maybe he's like 90% sure, but not 100% sure. And just waiting for that moment, maybe it's, I don't know. He's going to make the decision soon. He has to.
Yeah, he does. He's not going to wait too much longer. I'm sure he'll make the decision before the end of the month.
I can't imagine we're going to go into August and LeBron doesn't have a team.
Yeah. I'd be surprised, but I guess you never know.
What did you make of the whole Miami Heat leak thing yesterday with the YouTube video and all that stuff?
Did you see that this is legit? Mikey McNuggets double checked this after that whole incident. Yeah. And for those who don't know, the Miami Heat's official, was it their Instagram or Twitter? I can't remember now. Instagram. One of their official social media pages released a link to a YouTube that if you click on it, nothing. There was not an actual link, but it put it out there about a LeBron press conference coming back to Miami. Now, Miami said it was a mistake. Shams. Yeah. Sharanya put out and said, hey, all teams do this. They have it. Just like Mikey said, we have at UCSS a bunch of thumbnails, which is what was sent out, for if LeBron signs with the Cavs. These are things you're preparing for earlier if it's a possibility.
Sure.
And so there's no truth. And the social media.
Do you remember, Bull, when Andy Roth would have liners ready?
Yeah. All of that is ready in case these things happen. And obviously somebody forgot their social media guy or girl forgot to click a button saying, hey, don't release this, because they're scheduled for whatever dates, and you push it back, and somebody screwed up. But there was something officially from the Heat yesterday. They were hiring a new social media coordinator. So apparently the person that made this mistake got fired. I don't know, which is kind of sad. But
Oh well.
It is what it is. So I don't buy there's any truth to it. To me, going to Miami makes no sense. Of all the, not that I know LeBron, he might, in his mind, it might make sense.
Do you think, Adam?
Yeah.
That at 41 years old, LeBron wants to be bossed around?
Right, and
because like LeBron and Pat Riley, they got along enough to win a couple titles, but the stories from the LeBron days in Miami was like Pat Riley was not putting up with LeBron telling everybody how to run the show.
Right,
like LeBron
right.
wants to have some freedom. Like he wants to do what he wants, play when he wants, do it. Like, and by the way, he's earned that. So it's not going to happen in Miami. I'm sorry.
No, I could see. I mean, think,
honestly, like the Sixers is the one that makes the most sense to me in terms of like the most talent. If you want to put all these guys together and just see what happens.
Yeah, I could see the argument, obviously, for Cleveland. I could see the argument for Golden State only because of his, if he thinks he's going to have the most fun there. Okay, I get it. And Philly is probably the best team. Although I don't think Philly's that much better than the Cavs, but I think on paper they're better without LeBron. Philly than the Cavs, but not by much. So I could see those three teams. Nothing else makes sense. And ultimately, I still will be surprised if he doesn't come back to Cleveland. But I guess the longer it goes, maybe, I don't know. We're all trying to read into what he's thinking, and who the hell knows? None of us know him
I don't
personally.
know. I still want to believe that he wants to be back around his peeps. And back around his old stomping grounds. I mean, he's I don't know where he is now. He's somewhere tropical golfing, but like, he's with his homeboys from Akron.
Yeah,
that's
true. Yeah,
and at that age, I don't know. Like I just think about my life and where I'm at, and I'm about the same age as LeBron.
Yeah,
and what matters to me and what matters to people as you start to mature and get a little bit older. And I think it's just, I don't know. I would want to be back. For like just like you've had all those great memories for a decade plus in this town, but now you can just come back and just kind of like ride off into the sunset and get all the praise and hang out with your friends, like the people that really matter to you, not like all the glitz and glam of LA like that. I don't think that is that important anymore because he's gotten to do all that.
Right, that's true,
and that will all still be there when he's done playing. But playing at this level in the playoffs and all these things, this window is very small. It's 2 years.
Yeah, and that's probably all the Cavs have with Harden. Mitchell's getting older, and 2 years. I don't know. Maybe he'll play 2 years. I don't know.
And don't you think it'd be cool to see LeBron James and Bronny James in a Cavaliers uniform?
Is Bronny definitely gonna be able to?
You got to assume.
I would assume. Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Because and I
and by the way, no problem.
Right,
more
and
the merrier.
It wasn't lost on. I'm sure it wasn't lost on LeBron that the fans went crazy for Bronny when he was here, when everybody else was scoffing and making jokes.
Adam, I'm asking you and telling you, like the kids, like my son's age. I'm not sure about your son how much he loves basketball or not, but like the kids love Bronny, like they love Shador.
Really?
Yes,
I didn't realize
it's something about that age. They're young. They're cool. They're on social media. They are nice guys. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
I didn't realize Bronny was that popular.
When LeBron came back to Cleveland, and Bronny was here too.
Yeah.
Like my son and his buddy who went to the game with us, were obsessed. Like they were more excited when Bronny got in the game than LeBron.
That's funny.
They love him.
That's funny. I can't be like Shador though. There's nothing. I don't think I've ever seen anything.
No, not quite like that.
Yeah,
I'm making the comparison because people like him because he is a really like cool guy.
Yeah, yeah. He is. That's true. Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
Bronny seems like just a good dude and funny and nice and he's a sharp looking kid.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's true.
Something about that.
Yeah, I was discussing the other day. I can't remember if you were. No, I don't think so. But I was discussing the other day about, whether LeBron will play long enough to be a grandfather. I don't know where Bronny is in his personal life. I have no idea if he's.
I think he's engaged.
Oh, is he?
I think so.
So who knows? I mean, there's only been a few grandparents that have ever played professional sports. I think there's like 4 or 5 guys ever, and certainly LeBron could play long enough if he wanted to, but who I mean, I don't know. First of all, who knows how I don't know what Bronny's thinking with his fiance in terms of having kids, but that would be interesting, and he has all these other accolades, and he'd become the greatest grandfather ever to play in sports if that happened too. So at this point, everything else is on hold. I mean, it'll be interesting to see too that once LeBron makes the decision, what the Cavs do at that point to kind of tweak the roster. Like, I know there's been talks about the Cavs getting Jonathan Kuminga. Is that something they would do, in addition? Because they need other wing players besides LeBron. Obviously, he's the key. But, Kuminga as a bench guy would be a good addition for the Cavs, too. I don't know how realistic that is. And would they try to find another big man on a cheap contract? It's tricky in terms of, the cap. It depends on what the contract that James Harden and LeBron would sign in terms of, or would they be in the second apron, how much flexibility they'd have. So, but none of that can happen until LeBron makes the decision. And it is really amazing the fact that at 41 and change, he can still hold up the league. I mean, the fact that the commissioner is waiting on a 41-year-old to make his decision on where he's going to play before they can finalize the schedule, because this, as Jason mentioned yesterday on UCSS, the Cavs, if LeBron's back, the Cavs are playing on Christmas, 100%.
100%.
Not that they couldn't be on Christmas anyway, but if LeBron's back, it's 100% they're on Christmas. Then maybe they're playing on opening day against, like Jason suggested, maybe it'd be Cavs-Knicks on opening day. That would be a huge storyline. The defending champs against LeBron
would put whatever team he's on in prime time on all of those games, on all those days.
More often.
Yes.
And just in general, more often, whatever team LeBron is on, it's going to be, and so that's going to potentially change the schedule. So I get it, but trying to pressure LeBron to rush his decision will not work well for anybody.
It will not, no.
So, all right. José Ramírez, back for the Guardians.
He's back.
And once again, he beats the timeline. I think I said he was going to be back before the trade deadline, and Jason thought I was a little crazy on that, and he comes back 11 days before the trade deadline. He unfortunately didn't help the Guardians win. They lose last night 10-6, and Jose had a good game, though. He went 2 for 5 in this one with a run and 2 ribbies. But the Guardians lose. But the good news is that Jose is back. It makes a huge difference in the lineup. It's going to kind of take the pressure off everybody else. Jose not off to a great start this season. I mean, he's if you look at his OPS, it's above league average. But for Jose, we're expecting him to be at star level, not just above league average. Steven Kwan has been heating up. Another 3 hits yesterday. Since the start of July, he's looked like himself. I think he's hitting like 500 since the start of July. But if Jose can get back to what he should be, and Kwan plays like he's mostly played before the first 2 months of the season, or first 3 months of the season, with the breakouts of DeLauder, Rocchio, and Bazana, now we're really talking here. Now, they still need another bat. I think I'm not... yesterday on UCSS, the guys asked me, do I think, how confident am I that the Guardians would make a splash move? Sadly, I'm not very confident that they're going to make a splash move, but I'm hopeful. They haven't made a splash move at the trade deadline in 11 years. But the last time they did, they got Andrew Miller, and that was a huge difference maker. They do not. There's no way the Indians at the time would have gotten to the World Series in 2016 without Andrew Miller. No chance.
Zero.
Especially because the whole rotation, as I'm sure you remember, just fell apart because they all got hurt. Outside of Kluber, pretty much. Bauer got hurt. Carrasco, Bauer.
I almost said a very bad word.
With that the drone.
Guy, I mean, just, God dang, man. Trevor Bauer.
Yeah, that was.
Such a talented guy, too.
Yeah, very talented. But anyway, so hopefully I'm just, going to remain hopeful, because if they could add one big bat to the lineup, I'd really like 2, but I'll settle for one big bat to the lineup at either first base /DH or an outfield spot. Now we're really cooking. And then you get to the point where, because right now you're most nights running out a couple of 2-3 weak hitters in the lineup. Catcher, I could live with it. because Hedges and Bailey have been serviceable this year, but you're running out Schneemann a lot and Halpin, and they're just not any good. And I know Halpin had that one big game the other day where he had 2 home runs, but outside of that, he's done nothing. Manzardo did have 3 hits and a couple of ribbies. He's had a weird season. He stunk in April, just awful, and he was great in May and June, and now he stunk again in July. So he's got to get more consistent because we're really relying on him. But if Quan, Ramirez, and Manzardo, who are all capable, all proven, especially obviously Ramirez, can play up to what we expect from them with DeLauder, Bazan, and Rocchio, and one more bat, now that could be a difference maker because the Guardians pitching can match anybody. If I'm the Guardians, I get a big time bat, and then I get one other good relief pitcher to go with it. That's the moves to make. Guardians are favored tonight. The over/under's 7.5. The Guardians are -141. They've gone 3-3 since the break. They're trying. They got to win this year. Got to win tonight. This afternoon. I mean, gotta is a little strong, but you got to take care of business. And so I feel like they really need to win today. Gavin Williams is on the hill. He's not pitched particularly well of late. They need him to lock in and pitch great. It's a tough matchup. Taj Bradley's been really good for Minnesota since coming over for Tampa Bay. It's a 110 start. And before they go on a road trip and they go to Tampa. And so hopefully the Guardians get it done, take 3 out of 4 from Minnesota after losing 2 out of 3 from Pittsburgh. So Slade Ciccone did not pitch well yesterday. He's been solid, but he got absolutely smoked. Give 7 runs. I know only 3 were earned, but he was terrible. So great to have Jose back. Very exciting time there. And there you go. So all right, we're gonna wrap it up now. A little earlier than usual. But by the time we rejoin you next week, folks, training camp will be underway, and we'll start getting into some stories involving training camp.
And we will probably know where LeBron's going.
And, yeah, I would think.
Probably.
We'll probably do some breaking news if that happens. But if not, yeah, I got to believe by Tuesday we'll know either way. Thanks to Levi and Ernie for producing today, and thanks to all of you for watching and listening. We'll talk to you next time. Where else but right here in the bullpen with Bull and Fox, brought to you by Bet Rivers. See you, everybody.
See ya.